After 9, good morning, and thank you very much for doing this. Which is what? Which is staying locked on Spice FM, on KTN, on YouTube, and Facebook. This is a Situation Room. It's Kenya's biggest conversation. The all-in-one package by Safaricom. What is it all about?
So, there are many things that you can do. You can talk, you can send messages, you can log onto the internet, and you can get on WhatsApp for free. Imagine all those things that you can do because you're going to go to *544#, right? You will find the Go Monthly plan. Go Monthly will take you now to the different all-in-one bouquets that are available. And what that means is essentially you don't have to stop just because, you don't have money at that time to buy. Okay, so you buy at the beginning of the month, one flat fee, and you get access to all these great things. For example, 1,000 minutes of talk time, 2,000 SMSs, 17 GB of data, as well as free WhatsApp. And then it never gets finished during the month. And as you get to the end of the month, you still have a lot of this data, SMSs, blah, blah, that you can use. So it buys you freedom and it also buys you convenience. So you don't have to stop and buy and through and through, one time, one payment, stay connected, boom.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Very, very so.
Simple. Simple. City, loop. We said when you get in the loop, that's what is making your life easier, right?
Well, it actually does. You know, the thing about technology and the story about how technology makes your life is actually true. Because Loop does precisely that. You have needs, you have wants, you have expenses. And how do you ensure that they are all under one house? All under one roof, so that when you need to do something, when you need to expend some money, it becomes possible simply at the touch of this and that, but nothing too complicated. Loop makes your life simpler. So when you're talking about a lifestyle, if it's complicated, then it's a complicated lifestyle, not very useful to you. When it's simpler, it is more useful, and it gets you what you want, and it gets you where you want to go.
That makes life much easier for you.
Infinitely easier.
For example, your county mate in Kisumu,
Yes.
Victor. Victor has just found out that it's easier sending money via Loop. So what Victor has done this morning, Victor went and downloaded Loop. I don't know whether it's from the App Store or Play Store. It doesn't matter. Downloaded Loop. Went ahead and registered. Went ahead and verified the account. So he's now running an account. And Victor has sent some money from Loop to M-Pesa, right? Easy like that. And he's like, my God. Oh, my God.
It is that simple.
It is that simple. Victor Adundo. Therefore, because of doing this, we give him how much?
We give him 2,500 shillings inside your Loop account.
Into the Loop account.
Then you can do things from there.
Yes. Simple, easy, like that. Because he's found out that it's very easy. So we want to give him some money so that he can even make it easier for him. Find out
how much easier it can
be. How much easier it can be. So he's downloaded that Loop app and he's registered and he has been able to transact and continue like that. All right? So if you do that today and you can send us tomorrow, we'll give someone else 2,500.
Like that.
Like that, like that, like that, like that. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Shortly, we'll tell you who gets 3,000 airtime, courtesy of Safaricom Home Fiber. But in the meantime, the headlines today in the papers is just all about Rigathi Gachagua.
It is.
But also, there's an advert that's been taken, 2-page adverts have been taken by the National Assembly. This one. Yes?
What's wrong?
This one. It's 2 pages. What the National Assembly is saying is that this impeachment motion must go through public participation. In the matter of Article 118, 1B, 145, 1, 151B, and 2 of the Constitution, and in the matter of consideration of the special motion for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, notifications of public hearings and invitations to submit views. So what the National Assembly is saying, in compliance with the Constitution, the Clerk of the National Assembly invites the public to make oral and or written submissions and representations on the special motion for the removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, in public hearings to be held on Friday, the 4th of October, 2024, across the country, coordinated from the 47 counties between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m.
You mean this thing is serious like this?
It's big, Buana. Public, but The public voted for Rigathi Gachagua. The public is going now to engage on this particular matter.
Because the public has representatives, and the public need to tell the representatives what they think.
How to vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay?
They are our representatives, not their own representatives.
They're looking at all the 290 constituencies in the Republic, starting from Changamwe, going all the way to Mathare in Nairobi, okay? And they say, for example, this in Mombasa sub-county, in Mombasa County, Changamwe, Jomvu, Kisauni, Nyali, Likoni, Mvita, all of you, if you go to Tononoka Social Hall on Friday, you can say, Wataka Gachagua atoke nyumbani angatuliwe ama akae ofisini. If you're in Kwale, Msambweni, Lungalunga, Matuga, Kinango, meet at the Kwale Cultural Center. If you are in Kilifi, Ganze, Kaloleni, Kilifi North, Kilifi South, Malindi, Rabai, Magarini, go to the Coast Development Authority Hall in Kilifi, and so on and so forth. If you're in Nairobi we have Westlands, Dagoretti North, Dagoretti South, Langata, Kibra, Roysambu, Kasarani, Ruaraka, Embakasi South, Embakasi North, Embakasi Central, Embakasi East, Embakasi West, Kamukunji, Makadara, Starehe, Mathare. You go to KICC.
So let me ask you something.
Ask.
So on Fridays when all this thing will be done, eh?
Yes.
So 47 counties from
290 constituencies, let's put it that way.
290 constituencies between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Friday only, because as far as from what I can see here, it's just on Friday.
It's just one day.
So between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., all 290 constituencies will have representation at different places in the 47 counties to come and say whether they feel or do not feel certain things. Now, after that, a compilation will take place, because essentially what we know...
That's what's expected.
That is what is expected, not that we know it will take place. It is expected that the compilation of all these views, whether written or orally submitted, will take place. Then, in order for, over the weekend, blah, blah, collect, this side, because on Tuesday in the National Assembly, then the voting will happen.
And the voting
is going to be based on
the people's
participation.
Yes.
Okay. So we are assuming once again that everybody will come who should come, and their views will be compiled. Okay.
Ideally, I think it means basically that in all these 47 centers across the country, you'll have the MPs from those areas in these halls, right? So, for example, in CDF Hall, Kirinyaga Central, the MP for Mwea, for Geshogo, for Ndia, for Kirinyaga Central will all be at CDF Hall in Kirinyaga Central on Friday, the whole day, to listen to their people and to explain the motion as the staff from the clerk's office come to explain. This is the motion. This is what it means. Count number one. Count number, because there are several. How many counts are they? 11.
11. Can I tell you what they are, right?
Yes, please.
All right. The first one, gross violation of articles. Walala, these are many articles that have been violated.
Blah, 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 blah. Constitution.
Where? So let's just say gross violation of articles, because there are many.
And what's the allegation
you want me
in
to
black?
tell you what they are. The special motion alleges that His Excellency, the Deputy President, has significantly undermined national unity and the peaceful coexistence of Kenya's diverse communities by persistently making inflammatory, what's inflammatory in Kiswahili, and insightful utterances threatening to discriminate, exclude, and unlawfully deny sections of the people of Kenya and regions of the Republic of Kenya equal opportunities for public service appointments and allocation of public resources. That's just one count.
Count number 2.
Thank you very much. Gross violations of articles, blah, blah, to blah, blah. The special motion alleges that His Excellency, the Deputy President, has made unilateral public statements inconsistent with policy positions collectively adopted by the government and contradicted the President on critical matters of governance and the exercise of the President's function as a symbol of national unity.
So he expressed his own freedom of expression.
He used his brain. And they said that's a violation.
And the brain was against not what the President had said. All right.
So that's a violation.
Number 3.
Number 3, another gross violation. The special motion alleges that His Excellency, the Deputy President, interfered with the running of Nairobi City Council government by inciting citizens against lawful directives of the county government on the planning and relocation of markets and publicly disparaging the leadership of the county government and its decisions. In other words, aliambia
watu wa
Sakaja, where my younger brother Atutaki. Number 4, I can continue.
Continue, please.
Gross violation again. The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President has undermined the institutional and decisional independence of a judge through public attacks on a judge of the High Court of Kenya and falsely threatening to file a petition for the removal of the said judge in a matter in which he was a party.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
Another one. The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President breached his oath of office and allegiance on the account of utterances and actions attributed to the Deputy President under grounds 1, 2, and 3 of the special motion. So you see now those 1, 2, 3 that we had read in the beginning.
Above.
This one now has added
that
to
was a
those
breach
one.
of the oath of office.
Yar.
Okay.
Number 6.
Which
Breach of the
Breach
breach.
of the and that is what has constituted
Oath.
oath
oath of office
and allegiance.
The one he uttered.
The one he mixed up in Kasarani.
In Kasarani.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it? No? But okay. The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President has persistently made inflammatory, reckless, and insightful public utterances over the last 2 years in contravention of the law. Yani in the last 2 years, he's just been
spewing.
And they said, nah, cannot be. There's still more, but we're almost
7.
there. The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes, namely conflict. Yes, this one is gross. Conflict of interest, abuse of office, and conspiracy to commit crimes by inexplicably amassing property estimated at 5.2 billion shillings that is incompatible with his known legitimate income and by trading with the office of the Deputy President through proxies. Where?
Now this becomes an issue.
Yar.
When we're swearing in certain... Anyway, carry on.
The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Security Intelligence Service and its officers. Gross misconduct by openly or publicly insubordinating the President, who is the head of state and government. This one is in red. It doesn't even have black again.
It doesn't need explanation.
No.
If you don't get it,
Forget
just get
about
out.
it.
Yes.
Oh, there's another one. The special motion alleges that His Excellency the Deputy President has over the past 2 years persistently bullied state and public officers.
So now you are expected to appear in all these 47 centers across your counties to tell your MP whether you agree with this or you disagree with the counts, okay?
Or if you even understand what the counts
and
are.
you even
in the first
guide
place.
your MP on how to speak. So, for example, Masai Technical Institute Hall, if you are from Kajiado North, Central, East, West, South, please go to Masai Technical Institute Hall on Friday. And you expect that all those MPs will be there on that day. Higher. William Kabogo is a former governor of Kiambu County. He's a party leader. First. He was the very first governor of Kiambu County.
Yes.
What's your party called again?
Tujibebe wa Kenya.
Tujibebe
In
wa
short,
Kenya.
Jibebe.
I told you.
Jipange.
Jibebe.
Upangwe.
Tujibebe wa Kenya Party, party leader. He's our guest now. Good morning, William.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
I was around, and I thank you for inviting me,
Karibu sana.
although abruptly.
Yeah.
We thank
But
you
I'm
for
always
accepting it.
available.
Ulikuwa within.
Nilikuwa within. Unajua sasa ni wakati wa kuzungumza. Those of us who've been quiet for a while, we need to start talking.
Very good.
The current affairs are worrying. More so because it's a national conversation. Before ilikuwa hiasi. Sasa umeisoma hiyo
Now it's
yote.
official.
It's official.
Yep.
If I would hate to be in that situation, as a leader, as a politician, I would hate to be in the deputy president's situation.
Let's talk about that shortly. City, why don't you welcome the first governor of Kiambu County with the day's proverb?
Yes. Our proverb for the whole of this week have been from the Republic of Gambia. The Gambia. He who sleeps on a borrowed mat is sleeping on a cold, very cold ground.
Sasa
He who
hiyo,
sleeps on a
it is
borrowed mat.
self-explanatory according to me. Umelalia mkeka wa wenyewe. Mwenyewe huenda akavuruta anytime. Kwa hivyo ujipange. So I take it literally as it is.
You've taken it well, because that is exactly what it means.
Yes.
Mkeka sio. Si wako.
Si wako bana.
Yes.
Ni wako wazima.
Usirarue,
Usirarue.
wewe lalia tu.
Kama suruali ya
Mwenyewe
kuwazima.
akitaka atachukua.
Haisitiri matako.
Yes.
Suruali ya kuwazima. It's just,
That is it.
it should not fit you. Si yako bana. Haya. You hate to be in the position.
Truly, I would hate, and I
Rigathi
sympathize. I sympathize. Partly, I want to avoid looking like I have made up my mind that the deputy president must go. But he needs to deal with those issues. You know, the last few weeks, there were not issues. It was hearsay. No, Mlima, inapigwa, nini. And I said to myself at some point, please don't drag us there. You know, this Mlima is a very sensitive place, mambo ya kisiasa. Because kwa hiyo block, watu wote huiona like a voting block. But I say to myself, I look back now and look at the last 2 years. My deputy president, what has he been doing? You understand? He may have been impeaching himself. You understand?
No.
I'm saying William Ruto had issues with Uhuru Kenyatta. He managed to navigate in very extraneous circumstances. He managed somehow, to deal with those issues.
Did William manage or did Uhuru manage to ignore?
Well, you need to be able to be managed or manage.
Oh, okay.
One of the two. Or play around. Sugarcoat when needs be. When you're together, inama. You understand? And it's never been an issue for us in the mountain that if he had come to us, for example, and said, these Mau roads that Uhuru started, pesa yake nimejaribu iwekwe, wamekataa. That is an issue that touches very many counties in the Mlima. You understand? Tuliweka pesa ya kahawa, hawa watu wakatoa. That is another issue. You understand? So that you are telling us from here, we participated in making government, but we are not getting services. You understand? And Kenya is not Mlima. Neither is Mlima Kenya. You understand? It's part of Kenya. So please, the rest of the world should not look at us as people who just like to complain. We now have an issue. It's a mountain, and we need to deal with it. We need to deal with it. It is now Rigathi Gachagua, His Excellency. It is his issue now. You understand?
Munamruka.
I'm saying, you have read...
As...
You have read the charges, Lati.
Yes.
You understand? Even if Kabogo wanted to help, yeah? How do I come and explain the hotels? How can I help Rigathi? He's the only one who can tell us, I took a loan of this much to buy these things. You understand? You get? I did this to get this. You have been charged. No matter how much we feel for him, you cannot go there and help him. It is him who has to wriggle out of this thing. You understand? And politics aside, surely. This is not the deputy president of Nyeri. He is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya.
Don't you think, William, that the charges are coined in such a way that they make him sound and appear to be the deputy president?
You know, the lawyer of an alleged criminal who has killed someone, they come to court to fight to get them off the hook.
Yep.
And use any means possible legally. And dance in court and make sure that everybody looks like this is coined. You understand? But it is coined. It is there. It is done. It is... Imezungushwa mpaka imeshonwa. Sasa iko hapo ni charge. You have to deal with it even if it was a court of law. No matter how much emotions it may carry, at some point, he has to deal with it.
What is deal?
Yeah?
What is deal?
To deal with it.
Yeah.
He has to find a way of coming out of this.
How does he do that?
Well, he needs to know. I know what I would do if I were him, but surely.
Mombia Bana, you would have a brother.
You know, sometimes in Africa we don't do some things that make us look very honorable. If I were him, I would resign. If it has gotten this far, I would quit. I would live to fight another day.
What change does it make?
What change does it make?
Yeah, if you're removed by impeachment or you resign.
No, once you move by impeachment, this thing dies off. Yes. The idea is to remove him, isn't it? He has removed himself. He will have a chance to fight another day.
He can
But if
vie,
this goes
he
through-
can vie for another state office.
I would not vie another state office if I've gone to the level of deputy president. I would not. You know, there are times you wish the ground opens, splits, and you enter. That's where I feel now I am. You know, the country is bleeding. You know, even for William Ruto, as we speak now, it is not the best thing. No. This is complicated and muddy and bad for everyone.
William, do you think that what we are
You
seeing
know what
now,
I'm saying?
what we are being
City.
fed at the moment,
I know
William,
exactly
do
what
you
you're
think
saying.
it is diversionary, or do you think that it should not actually be taking center stage in the manner in which it is because of the bleed that Kenya is going through at the moment? There's so many things that are going wrong that we should actually be paying a lot of attention to. But here we are, every day Parliament is talking about this thing.
You need to be very careful when you're in certain offices. You may be working very hard, but working very hard to remove yourself. I said this in the beginning. You understand? Look back 2 years from the date of swearing in. I heard you talk about swearing in. Track the movements of the deputy president. You understand? When Uhuru was fighting with Ruto, because I was there, I could see the fight.
You were seeing it.
I was seeing it. You will still find the deputy has some time to go and speak to Kenyans about what government is doing.
And to launch
It is
projects.
only at the last tail where he came openly now and started throwing salvos at Uhuru.
Bora usiguze watu
Because
wangu.
it was almost now election time. But here we are mid-term of their first term. And before it gets here, you know it's been ugly. We are hearing things now. You understand? There have been issues inside there. Oh, sijui nani ameshikwa kola, itumbi sijui nani, all these things. And it is not policy or development. It is just small issues. The other day we had about 10 billion. What are these things, Latif? Why are we talking money?
It's bad manners.
Why are we talking
Like
money?
Ndu is suggesting, this is bad manners by the two.
You're asking why
Even
we're talking
when-
about money, William?
Yes.
We talk about money because at the heart of this problem is always money.
Money is the issue.
There's always political issues of this nature. My friend, everything is fluff around it. Look, the history of this country with these issues, just try. Let's just start where we started witnessing these things. Go back into history. The question will be, how far back do you want to go into history? Where we now saw this thing playing out when people were more aware was when somebody called Josephat Karanja
Was kicked out through Mwenje.
Yes, it always, in those days, this is more refined. This one, we even reading about it. That one was just a clarion call, and then people were asked to join in. People joined in. Some people even pointed out, Kamodo was unfortunate, he said this guy is supporting somebody else, and the somebody else at that time was Njonjo. The same issue. Now, if you look at the problem that was there, how is it that Njonjo, a man whom they claimed wanted to overthrow the government, wanted to do this, wanted to do the other, and then everything just kept quiet? And that was it.
Yes. Since when did we start hearing about an impeachment? It's been a while, Latif. It came sometime 3-4 months ago. It fizzed off. At that point, His Excellency, the Deputy President, should have started looking at things differently, managing his situation. Because it is his situation with his boss. And surprisingly, there is nothing you can say about William Ruto on this one. He has kept quiet completely, by design or by ignorance or as a strategy. You understand, he has not said anything. And that speaks a lot. He is managing himself. You understand that? He is managing himself. And quite so well. Now the ball is in the hands of the National Assembly.
Yeah.
And they have a big issue to deal with. When it comes to giving evidence and it is laid out there, my village mate, he has to learn quickly how to deal with these issues.
But William, but there's this other matter of a precedence. In this day and age, and the constitution we have, and what you set in motion, those who are baying for the deputy president's blood, have they considered what they are going to set in motion with everything that you're doing now? Because I said this in the morning, and this is what I said. Okay, we've read, we've heard. Who is it who is in high office whom we can't point fingers at for the same things?
Yes.
To a greater or lesser degree. Who? People who have wealth whose origin is really shaky at best. Who? Let's not talk about other governments. This particular government.
You know, last night, City, I was watching social media. That's where you get the real news of who is doing what. Except now there's AI, so some things would be manufactured. Some lady came, I don't know, MP for where. She said, "You are asking the Gade Kashagwa where he got these hotels and all these things. Can we start from the top?" This is an MP saying. We find out who has what until MCA. What was she saying? What was she saying? That it is okay to have these things. So let us punish everyone who has.
Nani ajaiba?
Kofupi.
I was following on what you are saying, yes. So, it may be a beginning of something bigger. And those who have amassed wealth in this manner, they should start spending sleepless nights.
The problem is, William, this is not on principle at all.
I am saying, Latif, I'm saying.
I'll be looking at it as president if the principle here has been set. For example, what we see.
No, I was thinking where City left, that now we have started this.
Yeah. So
who cannot?
It can expose anyone.
Go? Yes. It can go to anyone.
Right.
It could go to his
Can
boss.
touch anybody now.
It could go to his boss.
Do they know what they've set in motion? Because you've laid it out.
And if that is the standard that you're going to use to apply, that would set rules for, standards for, then who can it not touch?
Precisely.
If we were in UK, many people would have resigned today.
Yes, no.
But yes.
But here, we don't resign.
Principle.
We don't resign.
Let's take a break. We'll come back shortly, 25 minutes to 10. Our conversation this morning is what's happening on his way out. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the National Assembly has announced they are going to be having public hearings on Friday across all the 290 constituencies, but people will be meeting in county centers. It's not effective at all anyway. To tell everybody in Kajiado County to gather in Kajiado. Hey, my friend. Everybody in Mandera together in one place.
Do you know how vast Mandera is?
Anyway, it is what it is. Back shortly.